You've turned their pages, now hear their voices. We have Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Thanks for having
It
me.
is it is an honor. An honor.
Thank
I
you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I binge read Savior so quick.
Aw.
And then, you're you're like huge, you know?
No, not really. Maybe someday, if
Please.
I could pay some bills, that would be nice.
You are big. Dean is like the bear everybody wants.
Right.
Mhm.
He's a good guy. He's still my
He is.
favorite.
He is. You did have me quite mad in a few parts though.
It's understandable.
Mhm. And
Books are
if
art,
you
and art should evoke emotion. So
do you get just as mad writing them?
sometimes, because you go in with a plan, and the more real the characters become, the harder it is to make them do certain things, especially when their paths take them down stuff they just wouldn't do anymore. So when they get a mind of their own and start calling all of the shots and you're just there to write up the accident report, yeah, they get a little frustrating. But I love them. They're the voices in my head. They keep me company, keep me sane.
On that note, this
Hmm.
is a thing, midnight thinking, right? So have we just never grew out of having imaginary friends?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Like if we're
I mean,
hearing them and we're seeing them,
right. And
we
when
just
I
talk
was
about each other.
writing Legion, there were times where I felt like I was actually channeling something else. There were things that came up in Legion that just fit so perfectly together that I didn't even consciously write. It just fell together, and I was like, I've definitely channeled some being. It was the first couple of times it happened, it was a little like, yikes.
Scared
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe
And
we're
that was
just
like
all
nighttime
children.
too. That was like midnight-ish too.
Those are when the best ideas like pop in your head.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then you have nobody to celebrate them with.
No.
I mean, Threads is popping off all hours of the night.
That's true.
Hmm. Lots of nights I was there.
Yeah.
No.
It's hard to get
And we,
traction anywhere though. But
yeah. I mean, do we do it for ourselves or we do it to get popular?
always ourselves first.
Hmm.
Getting popular is just a bonus. And even, just the thought of that too is a little scary because I never intended to have to have my face on camera at any point. I just wanted to put the books out there and just let the books speak for themselves. But I guess this day and age, it's a necessity.
You could have totally went cameraless.
Nah, I mean, it is what it is now.
We can stop and
Oh,
re-record.
no, no, I don't mean like this. I meant like when I first published, I never
Oh, okay.
intended to have to come out from behind the camera to promote the books in order for them to get seen.
Hmm.
It just seems
That's
to work better when occasionally there's a face in a video.
that's very popular topic right now in the book world
Hmm.
because authors want to be faceless, but in order to promote your book, people actually want to know that there's a person behind that.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. I wasn't even on Book Talk when I published my first two books. The first book was the Witchcraft, Beginner Witchcraft, which is basically just the weekend class they used to teach at metaphysical shops. And the second book I wrote a couple of years after that, which was Savior Book One. And I didn't even know about Book Talk. I wasn't on TikTok. And then you come on here and just figure it out. Still throwing darts in the dark, still hoping. But yeah, no, I didn't even know this whole community existed.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah, it sure is. Sure
Hmm.
is.
I
But
think
without it, I definitely wouldn't have found all the readers I did. So, as much of a
no,
pain in the ass that it could be, like, it's definitely where authors who want their stuff to be seen need to be, at least for now.
I think it's made um, the internet in general has made it a lot easier for authors and artists and people in the music world to have their voice known because in the 1990s or like the 1970s, how did
Yeah.
authors get popular? Publishing, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
These are just thoughts
Yeah.
all the time, crazy random
A
thoughts.
lot of it's also who you know, too. And I think that's still, kind of comes into play also. But it's definitely easier now with social media to at least get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So necessary
Definitely.
evil.
Yeah, and then you have people falling in love with Dean and Vanna and the whole Savior crew.
Yeah, it's totally worth it to reach people that actually connect with your work on, deeper levels than just, oh wow, that was a fun read, but people who actually feel it, you know what I mean? It's worth it all.
Do you enjoy your readers reaching out to you and telling you that they're in love with your series or chewing you out over a certain part that they thought it should have went different?
I don't mind readers reaching out to me as long as it's, with respect. Um, I don't know where people get off just shitting on people for just being mean for mean's sake. That kind of shit I don't condone. Um, but if you find a typo, by all means let me know about it so I can go in and fix it. But when they contact you with commentary on, how much they appreciated the work and connected, like, yeah, that's always welcome. That's like fuel for us to keep going, motivation. So yeah,
How
they could reach out to me. Just if you're gonna be mean, I'm an energy matcher, so
Mhm.
keep that in mind.
I honestly think that needs to stop, and I meant like, there was a couple parts I had to refrain myself from reaching out to and being like, "Why? Why? Just I'm so mad at
I
you right
don't get
now."
it. I don't get the need to be mean at all. The world's
No, but I
hard
mean
enough
like
as it is.
100%. I mean like in a playful way. Um but that whole thing needs to stop. I don't get how people have the audacity to write anybody about their work or how they hated their books or DMing authors um their horrible reviews. Like, why would you do that? Why would you tag authors in your awful videos? I don't get it.
I don't know. I think they definitely have some issues to work on if that's how they get their jollies. But you Goodreads or Amazon or somewhere to post that. You don't bring that directly to the author because at least we have a choice whether or not we go seek those types of reviews out. And they shouldn't be
Mhm.
shoved in people's faces because I mean you can affect their lives with that. Their mental health, their emotional well being. That's not cool.
100%. How did the whole series come about?
Whew. Well, I grew up around bikers my whole life. More so the one percenter types. Um, and outsiders always seem to look at them like, the dangerous bad guys. That's just not who they are as a majority. I mean, you do have your naughty outlaws doing things they shouldn't be doing, but the ones that I grew up with were good people. and I wanted to write a series that focused more on the positive aspects of biker clubs. Like, I always really admired BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, and other MCs that do good for their communities. Another great one is Bikers Against Trafficking. The last few events I did, I actually I raised money for them through what do you call it? Like a raffle. People, a bunch of authors donated books. I had them on my table so people could buy a raffle by scanning a QR code, and the money went directly to Bikers Against Trafficking. And at the end of the event, I had actually Blanca Frappier, who is a fantastic narrator. She usually draws the winners, and at the end of the event, the person can come pick up the books. But yeah, I just wanted, at the time I started Savior, a lot of the books I was reading were kind of glorifying like the Sons of Anarchy aspect, running guns, running women. Um, and that's just not something I wanted to spotlight. I've noticed recently more of that is becoming popular where they're actually trying to do good for their communities. But yeah, I just wanted to shine another light. I was 15 when it was actually a one percenter pulled me out of a really dangerous situation. And he kind of inspired the character of both Dean and Viking. He was a really funny guy. I don't think Dean gets the credit he deserves for being as funny as he is. That he's very subtly hilarious. Viking's more obvious about it, but yeah, that guy inspired both Dean and Viking.
I loved both of them. They had me cracking up a lot. Vanna did irritate me in some spots where she's like, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go. And hopefully that's not a spoiler. But the trauma is so real of that urge to just go anywhere but there because you're running from your situation or trying to feel safe, and that's the only way you know how. That's the only coping skill. And so your books and your series has so much, not just emotional depth, but relatable trauma responses. They're not
Yeah,
fake or fictional.
yeah, and I wanted to present it in a way that wasn't rushed. Like, yeah, it's important, and part of the reason why Vanna was the way she was because I wanted to show how your inner beliefs can be just as much a formidable foe as a physical opponent, or a villain. Like, you could be your own worst enemy easily.
100%.
Yeah. So I tried to write
100%.
her true to who she was.
I love that you have the witchy vibes in it. I was like, I feel like I'm home. Like,
Aw,
thank you so much for that was a great little tidbit that you put in your books.
thanks. I
And I
feel like
already
that's
told you there's
not
one
done
character.
very often, because it's left up to the reader to decide whether or not magic is real. Like, Vanna believes in it, but
Mm-hmm.
Dean's not exactly on board. I mean, he comes around.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what makes him so cute, though.
Yeah.
Like she's just living her best life, and he's like,
Okay, you
whatever.
little weirdo.
They're a cute dynamic. I really like them.
Yeah.
Now, Legend, I had to put that one.
Legion?
Legion. Why did I say Legend? It's in my head. Is that I don't know why.
That's okay. It comes into play in his book, Legion Legend.
I love that. I had to put a pin in it though. I had to put a pin in it. I was like, I'm gonna nope. We're gonna live in our little happy fairy tale in Savior, and that's how we're gonna live.
Legion does get heavier. It's definitely significantly darker than the first two. Legion's got a lot. You thought Vaughn had trauma, compared to Legion.
No, I know, and that's what makes me nervous because I don't like him, and I don't want to like him, and I'm scared if I read it, I'm going to be able to feel sorry for him, and I don't want to feel sorry for him. I don't want to feel sorry for him.
I think everybody who's read it so far has come over to Legion's side. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
We're gonna live. We're gonna live in Savior. That's it. That we're done. Like that's the only book. Not
I
really.
will say my
Go
writing
reading.
is the best it's been in Legion, because as you write, you get better and better. So,
Was
yeah.
Savior your first ever? No, you said you wrote another one.
I wrote the witchcraft book. Where is it? This one. This one's my first book. I think I wrote this in 2018, and then Savior I started writing. I had been, toying around with it for a couple of years, like starting in 2019, but I didn't actually sit down to write it until the pandemic when we were all just locked in, and I needed to distract myself with something, and it ended up being Savior. Savior kept me busy.
That's absolutely amazing. I love that you turned something not beautiful into something beautiful.
Thanks. That's
It's
what we're here to
definitely
do, right?
100%. Books are such a great escape, and I don't think that they get
Oh yeah, I agree.
enough celebration and enough respect. Um, I'm going to say something controversial, and you
Go
know
for
what?
it.
If you guys don't like me, whatever. Um, Reading has become a new trend, and then there's the bookworms who's read since we were young, and it's literally we've just always been a book nerd. Um, and I'm glad that they're coming into books and being like, oh, like they're a great escape. But for some of us, books have always been a great escape.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't think there's anything controversial about that at all. I mean, a lot of us writers, we've been doing it since we were little kids because it's an
Hmm.
escape for us too. It's a way to process, the shit we've dealt with.
What was the scariest thing for you to do? Was it taking that step of I'm going to write this book and I'm going to publish it? Like, what was the scariest avenue of that?
Probably because you're putting a piece of your soul out into the world for strangers to just judge and, tear apart should they choose. Um, that was scary, and the first couple of negative reviews I got were really rough, and I debated on publishing and just being like, "Nope, I don't got the balls for this. My skin's not thick enough." Um, but I stuck it out, and unfortunately, that review was like very early on. But then the positive ones kept rolling in, and it's such a majority more positive than negative. It really outweighs it. And to connect with so many people, like I said, that just see themselves in the characters or said, Dean and Vana made me believe in love again. Like it's just so many amazing messages. I can't unpublish it now.
No.
No. Just gotta
Uh-uh.
keep moving.
Hmm.
I mean, and you can't please everyone no matter what you put out there.
No.
So,
Could be the best author ever. Like, I love Nicholas Sparks, and there's negative reviews. I'm like, how do you not like Nicholas Sparks?
yeah. And that's another way to get past it. Some people that what's some advice for baby authors. Um, Go look up your favorite book, a book that you think is a masterpiece, couldn't have been better, and read their shit reviews. You'll never please everybody. So that book was amazing. So obviously these other people are wrong. Whatever you got to do to get through it.
They are wrong, and we're right.
Yeah,
The great reviews
exactly.
are exactly how it is. And my
Yeah,
hair's really making me mad. I'm so sorry.
it's all good.
It's like a
Mine's like
century day.
frizzing out. It's humid here.
No, it looks cute.
Oh, thanks. I keep it wild.
Well, literally, I
All
feel you.
good. I think it's a witchy thing, isn't it? Just wild hair. It's all good.
And long hair, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, you just do it and go with the flow. I was
That's my
contemplating
motto.
looking super cute today, and I was like, I'm going to wear sweatpants because nobody can see below this.
I'm just wearing a long sleeve tee and pajama pants too.
I know I've been peeping your shirt this whole time,
Oh,
and I'm like,
oops, I dropped my bottle cap. Yeah. I've got
I love
merch
it. So
for
cute.
the Saviors on my website. That was another thing that surprised me was people wanting stuff. Like, I want shirts, I want blanket. I was like, wow, really? Okay. So, and then after that came the tattoos of people with the logo tattooed on their bodies or like Ace's baby, Dean's line. And I was just like, that blew my mind. That was when I kind of started realizing, like, wow, I did something. Because that shit, man. Is there a
Do
higher
you
compliment than a tattoo on your body?
know? I'm literally hoping Kate Stewart messages me back so I can just tell her about my Raven tattoo.
Aw.
You know, there's that,
Hmm.
and my stomach's over growling. But do you have a hard time because I complimented you in the beginning and you're like, nah. Is it hard for you to accept that you actually have fans that are obsessed and love your books?
I've never been like a good compliment acceptor. Like, it just makes me feel, I guess it's like an unworthy thing. It's part of,
Hmm.
my own
Trauma.
issues. Yeah. Uh, and I guess I have that in common with Vana also. That kind of bled into her character. But yeah, I always get like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, and it gets stored in my bank of, let's just keep going. These people care. I store them all, but like in the moment, I don't know how to act. I just get awkward.
You're like, oh, thank you. You too? You want a cookie? I don't know. Need a hug? No, I
Yeah,
think that is so relatable though that a lot of authors feel that way. They're like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, introverts, a lot of introverts.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. Definitely a hermit.
Hmm. People are gross. It's
They
just,
can be.
I don't know. Give me animals.
Right? I agree.
Hmm. A whole zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there one thing that keeps you motivated that you have to continuously remind yourself to keep going?
That I promised my readers certain things that would occur in the series, like Vikings book, Axel and Cherries. So I have to, especially now that there are like people with tattoos on their bodies. Like, there's no way I can not finish this series. So for sure,
I love that we keep you going. You
yeah,
need to.
yeah,
Definitely.
have to.
Yeah.
There's no choice now.
Mm-mm.
If it didn't happen, maybe. I have a hard time quitting too. Like, I'm an Aries, so I'm very stubborn. And they say, Aries has a habit of ditching projects. Not when it comes to other people depending on you though. And,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stop now. Maybe after this series I could quit. They're gonna get mad at me for saying that. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going.
Don't quit after this series.
No, I don't plan to. I would
I'm going,
like to
I will,
write.
no, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh,
I'm,
I would like to write something in the mafia genre, but it would be more geared towards historical accuracy. Yeah, I'd like to do that,
I want to be an
but
art
we'll
reader.
see. Okay.
I love
I usually don't do arcs. I mean, in my last few books besides Legion, I just published them when I was finished. It was like, hey, it's out there. I didn't do arcs. I didn't do pre-orders. I'm the worst.
that's valid.
Worst,
That
worst at marketing.
that does not make you a worse marketer. No. It's like a little surprise. Here you go. You didn't know. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't
No.
do that with Legion. Legion I tried to do something with, but it ended up getting messed up at Amazon. They sent me copies that printed wrong, and so it completely messed up Legion's launch day. But shit happens.
Shit does happen. There's a specific part in Savior, and I'm not going to spoil it. Um, that had me feeling so incredibly horrible for Dean that if I would have been there, I would have hugged him. And I'm like, that one final straw. Like you did that one final straw. You knew where it was going to hurt. You did it.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the devil
I,
lady. Is that the scene with Lucinda?
oh, her too, man. If I could have punched her in the face, I would. No, I'm talking about the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm. I'm like, you are recording. You can't say any more than that. And I try not to message you, and I'm just like, she'll have questions. Like she'll have. We'll find out. But I loved it. It was so good. You have trigger warning alert. You have substance abuse, and I think that it's so important because a lot of people feel alienated, and that most books are cutesy and um don't have real life ishness that like the regular Jane Doe can actually relate to when you put those in your books. Did that even
Yeah.
make sense?
Well, a lot of that is, just working through my own trauma. Writing is therapeutic.
As it should
I don't
be.
put exactly what I've been through. Some of it is metaphors, but yeah.
No, 100%. And you know you were talking earlier about you know bikers being scary and they have a horrible reputation, and they do. We've taught our kids, if you see a biker and you're in
Oh yeah.
trouble, go to them. Go
Yep.
to them. The
Yep.
most scariest dude, tattoos, tore up jeans, leather boots, go to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even the ones with the diamond patches. Where that clubhouse was the safest part in the neighborhood. Nobody came in that neighborhood to mess around at all just because they were there. And they're family guys too. They're very observant of what's going on around them. And they're very protective of, women and kids.
Mhm. So does this mean that this is based on like real life events but fictional with like mix of both?
Some of it is based on true events, but names and locations are changed. We brought up Lucinda before. She's based on a real person who did those things. So I'm
Lucinda.
quite pleased she's so hated because yeah. Yeah, she's based on a real person who did those things to somebody I care about. So yeah. That's not her name. I wouldn't do that. But those are her actions.
Okay. I I have so much not nice things to say, but we're going to keep it happy. That's awful, by the
Yeah,
way.
it is. It is.
Dean didn't deserve any of that
Mm-mm.
at all. My heart bled for him. It still bleeds for him, which is why I haven't read Legion.
Yeah, brace yourself for Legion.
I'm going to need you to pep talk me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's why I was like, I messaged you when I started it, and I couldn't. I was like, I can't do this. I am so angry right now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I put in his trigger warnings, like the specific chapters where really bad things go down, because I don't want to hurt anybody. But there are topics in Legion that need to be discussed, and you should be horrified by them because they are horrible things that are happening in this world. And
mhm.
I've never been one to keep my mouth shut for the sake of polite conversation. So,
This is why I like you. I think it's great. What has shocked you the most, and since you've been a published author?
shocked me.
Yep.
I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, so I'm going to try to do this without naming names. Um, how easy it is in this industry for certain authors to pretend to be another author's friend and then stab them in the back by stealing ideas. And yeah, that was shocking
Hmm.
to me. The backstabbery and the fakeness. So I keep my circle super small now because it happened to me and I'm rather bitter about it.
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
yeah,
How do
yeah.
you trust anybody after that?
Uh, you really don't. I have a couple of author friends, the only one um, we kind of bounce ideas back and forth with is Jenny Allen, who is an awesome person. She's a Scorpio, which is a great thing. Scorpios are fantastic. She wrote the Lilith Adams series, if you like vampires. Hers is a very unique take on vampires, and she's very into forensics, so it's very intelligently written. But she and I are very close. And yeah, she's probably the only person I would ever show anything to now before
Hmm.
it's published. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna get burned again because that took a when I found out, man, I couldn't write for probably 6 months. It just sucked the soul right out of me. And yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah, it sucks. But lesson
When
learned.
life is full of unpleasant lessons.
Yeah.
Hmm. And but you did some amazing things with your
Thanks.
series, and I'm so glad that you persevered and you continued because Savior was freaking awesome.
Thank you. I'm glad you
Yeah.
took a chance on it. It's hard to convince new readers to delve into I mean a virtually unknown author and a book of Savior's length. Like it's a thickie. The audiobook
Hmm.
is 34 or 35 hours if you play it on, normal speed. Um so I understand that it's intimidating. So anybody who gives my book a chance, like I appreciate the hell out of that.
It's great. And sometimes those authors write shorter books, and you're just like, I so needed more of that.
Right.
I so needed more.
That's
And so
another
would
reason why I did it the way I did it, because I wanted there were so many books that were just like, man, this could have been fantastic if they just would have delved into this scenario a little deeper or built this person up a little more. I wanted to know more about this, you know? And I tried to do that with Savior. I wanted to give you more moments to live in with the characters and really experience what they were going through. I don't
mhm.
like to rush anything.
No, and there's no need to. It has so many points that are like, topics that are ignored and shoved underneath the rug. Because as a society, we don't want to deal with it, or we don't want to actually think that they're a real
Right.
problem, right? But you touched on those that so many can relate to.
I know it was also another reason why I put the Lucinda Dean dynamic in there because it's very that scenario is generally the other way around. You know, people don't talk about how it can also happen to men in both situations, how she did him and his own physical issues. It's always been put on the woman, the female characters, the femme characters. So I
Hmm.
wanted to flip that too.
I think it was much needed,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
don't think
it's a
men's.
rare thing to come across.
Again, I don't think men's mental health. I've said it on here before, and I'll say it again. I don't think men's mental health is talked about enough.
Yeah,
Um, as well, like they're supposed to be stoic and handle everything and not show emotion and do it with grace and not
right,
have any struggles outside of going to work and coming home and putting a smile on their face. So
right.
I'm glad that you touched on that.
Thank you.
You did a
It was
phenomenal
needed.
job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm going to read Legion. I'm butchering it every time. It's stuck in my head. It just, you know.
Well, Legend, one of the characters ends up calling Legion Legend because he has a hard time pronouncing the name Legion, and that was actually inspired by a fan who's been with me since the beginning. Um, English isn't really her first language, so whenever she means to say Legion, it comes out Legend. And I don't know, I just loved it, so I had it incorporated into the story. So when she saw that, it made her smile, and that was fun.
That's amazing. I'm going to dive into it. But I really just want to hold on to my feelings about it.
Well, Dean and Vana are still in it. They still have POVs.
I know, but it stresses me out. I don't want to like him. I don't want to feel sympathy for him. I don't like there
You'll
he
be
did a
back and
little.
forth. You'll be back and forth with him even in his book because he is who he is. He is unapologetically who he is. So you're gonna love him one minute and hate him the next, and it's gonna flip back and forth until the end.
Mm,
Because again, he's another one just written true to who he is.
I just I'll keep you updated on that one.
He's
You
also the
might
entity I channeled.
do what?
I said he's also the entity I channeled while I was writing this. Yeah, a lot of freaky moments with Legion.
Oh, I can
There were
imagine.
times where I was at the desk and I could just smell cigarette smoke. It was wild. And Legion's a chain smoker for those who don't know. Yeah,
Mm.
it was crazy, crazy.
There was honestly one point, and again in a parking lot, and some things happened. And honestly, I was really hoping, really, really rooting for Dean. Just rooting for Dean that whole entire time. I mean, granted, there was a couple times, you know, I wish I could have physically told Dean off.
Yeah, he's not perfect. No, but none of these characters are perfect. But I do find that our FMCs are far more harshly judged than the MMCs. The MMCs get a lot of, they get a lot of forgiveness. I think that's a little unfair.
It definitely is. 100%. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
And
he can
and
be
women just
pushy
get shit.
too.
He can be. Which
Yeah,
honestly was kind of cute though.
I mean, he always means well. Like Dean's a giver, a sacrificer. If he's being pushy, it's because he thinks it's in your best interest. He's not a bad guy.
Lucinda is literally
But yeah, she's the devil.
literally.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
how can you do this to this sweet man?
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know. There's so many times I yelled out loud and put my Kindle down. I was like, I'm done. I'm not I'm so I wanted to protect Dean the whole time. Just
Right,
like put him in a little bubble and protect him and, not let anything happen to him and then fight Lucinda.
right. I had a few
Just
people tell me that they put the book down for a while because of Lucinda, because she was just so horrid that they just couldn't stomach her. I'm like,
and there's literally women like that.
yeah, she's literally, I mean, her name isn't Lucinda, but she's walking around to this day. Yeah,
Mm.
they're out there.
We all know one of those.
Yeah,
I don't. And that's what makes your series beautiful and heart-wrenching is you have your sides and you stick with them and they kind of become kind of like friends and family in a way. Like if you have them playing in your head for so many hours while you're reading it. I physically read it. I didn't
hmm,
listen to audio because nighttime's my only time to myself. So sit down with it and they just you get feelings for them. You like not in a romantic way or maybe some people
right.
do, but you know what I mean? Like they exist.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, to me, they're my friends. I hear them, commenting on things that go on in my actual life. You know, it's. I guess we're all a little crazy. I don't know.
But I think it's a good kind of crazy though. Like it's not like we're going out burning buildings down or
Right.
causing chaos. Like if they're imaginary in whatever form,
Hmm.
who's it hurting?
Nobody.
And you
And in
used
most
pain
cases, they're helping because they're helping us put art into the world that, for the most part, positively affects others. Others find healing in those
100%.
pages. So I think it's a good thing.
And that's absolutely it is. And that's another hot topic, right? Um one that I don't think that is talked about enough is people shit on people reading dark romance or people in the different genres and they don't understand that people with trauma actually use these books to heal their trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it sucks.
But does it though? Like it's cheaper than therapy. I mean, oh,
No, I mean, it sucks that it's so wrongfully judged in that way.
oh yeah,
That's
100%. Hmm. Like isn't the whole motto is you don't yuck on somebody's yum?
yeah, unless it's dark romance.
I will
Not
literally die
cool.
on that hill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And there is some spicy scenes in your books, which makes it great too.
There's a couple. Savior Book One is a slow burn, but there's flirtation, there's push and pull, there's tension and angst before they get to down to business. Um,
You most
but yeah,
definitely do
get
not
your
have to
spice
censor
in there.
yourself.
What's that?
You most definitely do not have to censor yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Nope. We curse on this podcast and we talk in great length about length. So
Okay, cool.
that's what makes it fun. Um is there anything that you would like your readers or your potential readers or your fans to know?
Um, I guess for people who haven't read my stuff yet, don't go into it expecting it to be um like the popular MC romance. It's definitely a more in-depth story, and that's not to knock the genre. I just tried, like we discussed before, to give you deeper and longer moments to live in. MC romance is a fun genre. It's very high octane. I tried to slow it down a little bit more so you could immerse yourself more with these characters and this storyline. Um, and don't be afraid of how thick it is because everything is in there for a reason. There is no filler. And in my opinion, it does move along. It doesn't, I don't think it feels like it stalls out anywhere. Like there's a purpose for everything and everything moves the story along. What do I want my readers to know? That I appreciate the fuck out of them. And without them, I probably would have just given up after those couple of harsh reviews when I first started. So, thanks for sticking with me on this journey. I know I'm a slow writer. Um, and I appreciate you guys for walking with me on this path.
I love how consistent you are pushing your books um, on social media because if you guys don't do that, then we can't find them as easily.
Yeah. Yeah, it's becoming very paid to play. Um, but if you're not out there doing it, nobody's going to see it. So, and the way AI has just flooded the market and audiobooks and KU and it's just getting harder and harder. So,
People's gonna hate me for this, and I really don't fucking care. And this is a hot subject. I get so fired up on this shit. If you use AI to write your books,
you're not
get
an
the
author.
fuck out. Please
You're
get
not
the
an
fuck
author.
out.
Yeah. I agree.
Don't public post that shit. Don't talk about that shit. It is not a book. You did not write
No.
a fucking book. You had a
Nope.
computer write a book with lack of emotion, lack of empathy. You're not an author. Like and we will find out if it's AI. We
Oh yeah.
will find out. There's that shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I can get so fired
No,
up.
I agree
I'm
with you.
like,
It's
and no
it's
AI voices.
destroying everything. Everything. Before what was it? Virtual voice rolled out. I was doing pretty well and it literally overnight cut sales in half and page reads in half. Like AI is wrecking everything. It's destroying the
Mhm.
earth. It's making you stupider because you're destroying your ability to think for yourself. It's killing whatever creativity you have inside yourself by letting this shit spew out your work for you. There's
You know what?
place
That's
there's places for AI and creative arts are fucking not it.
there's why that's why so many authors go on lives when they write or they're in Discord calls. So there's proof. Like
Right.
you have somebody that has witnessed you writing, and I think we didn't have that shit back in 1990. We didn't have AI back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
We didn't, but the powers that
yeah.
be may have. I'm just kidding. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Well, I mean, like we didn't have
Mhm.
access
No, I know.
to all that. But Like it does absolutely ruins things. And
Yeah,
AI, voice, no AI. Do not use anybody else other than narrators, real life human narrators, to
right.
narrate your books. You're fucking yourself over,
Yeah,
and you might as well just throw away your book at that time.
yeah, I agree. It's trash.
I'm so sorry. We that just it makes me mad.
There's nothing to be sorry about. I agree. I agree. You're thieves. You're talentless thieves, is what you are.
And that's an accurate statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, yep. I mean, like, granted, and I'm not saying this like as go ahead and do it or, a pass. Um, a lot of artists or in a lot of authors find it hard to come up with money for cover art or um character art for their books. There's literally authors that will help you.
Oh, yeah, for
There's
sure.
artists that will help you if you're like, hey, I'm struggling. And if you get turned down and they're like, no, I'm charging $800 for a cover, go to a different one. That
Yeah.
is not going to be the end of you.
No, it's not. And, you could always reinvest and revamp. When I first published Savior, I didn't have an editor. I did that all myself because it was going to be like 8 grand to
Mm-hmm.
edit Savior. That was not the budget at all. Um, and now I have Jenny Allen. She helps me edit my work. Um, I do alpha reading for her. There's trades you can do, but again, make sure you trust who you're dealing with because it's very easy to get burned doing it this way too. But there are ways to get decent stuff out there without having to resort to thievery through
Mm-hmm.
AI.
And there's literally authors that get together and they support each other in the
Yeah.
editing editing process,
Hmm.
or will help you come up with words if you're like, I've used and 970 times in my book, or you were stuck on a word or a sentence, because it does happen. You get
Right.
so focused on that one thing and accidentally and unintentionally it gets repeated,
Right.
and there's people that will help you.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing about social media sometimes.
Yeah.
But like you said, trust who you're doing it with, because there are people who
Yeah.
will take your books.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And I am so sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. It took a lot out of me when that went down. As it turned out it was multiple times. It just really sucks. But, live and learn.
I'm sorry.
I think karma's the thing, so
Mm-hmm. Can't say enough about karma. And people get found out,
hmm.
That's the thing.
Yeah, this person isn't as well liked as they believe they are, so
Well,
lots of
sucks to be
coattails
them.
involved in this situation. So at least I
And I
did it
think,
on my own.
and I'm so proud of you for that. And here's the thing is I don't understand sometimes how other authors can shit on other authors because
Yeah,
they write in the same genre. Like there's so many readers in this world. Share. It's
yeah,
fine. It's all gravy.
it is. And they're ravenous. You know what I mean?
Pitchforks, the whole entire crew, they all come after you. Mm-hmm.
It
It's
takes
like
me
a
at
witch
least
hunt.
2 years to write a book. There are plenty of other MCs you guys could read. Hop, jump genres, whatever. There's a lot out there. I don't understand jealousy, but I do like when people ask me, well, what makes your books different? I do. sometimes have trouble with that question because I never want to sound like I am knocking the genre because I'm not. I love MC romance. It inspired me, to attempt to write one myself. Um, I just, as I was a reader first, I felt like there was, just a little something missing, so I tried to fill what I felt was. That's not to say that they all suck. They don't. And I would never fucking say that.
I think that
Many of
that's
them
what's
are intentionally written to be a quick read,
mhm. That's
that
why
was
they have
done
novellas.
purposefully.
Mhm. There's novellas for a reason.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
short.
And if you
Yeah.
if you want a book that's MC Romance Plus, I've got it for you.
And people get so discouraged by the sheer size of a book.
Oh yeah.
Who said you have to read it in one setting or two?
Yeah.
It's there. So, what is your website where people can go and purchase your books?
It's jennifersaviano.net. I couldn't get org because .com because there's a famous Jennifer Saviano who's a tennis player and was on some reality TV show. So she beat me to it.
Mm.
So it's jennifersaviano.net.
And do you
And you
have the
can get
signed
the
author?
autographed books there. You can get the direct buy audiobooks, which are cheaper there than you could get on Audible. Um, Merch. Yeah, it's all right there.
That's phenomenal. And who are your narrators for your series?
Paige Reisenfeld and PJ Freeborn, who are phenomenal. And actually, Savior was PJ's first audiobook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
I
You
dragged them
just found
to
him?
TikTok. I found Paige first. I had about when I put Savior up on ACX for auditions, and I got a ton, like 50, like within the first couple of days. And Paige auditioned for Vana, and I loved her voice. She has a beautiful voice. But I really wanted a male voice for Dean, and I asked if she had anybody else because I was brand new to this. I didn't know you could hire two separate narrators and they could work together and engineer it with some. I
Mhm.
didn't know. I thought they had to like live together because I'm an idiot. Um, so she said, "Well, let me talk New York accent. Let me talk
Nope, I know.
to my partner, um, and see if he wants to take a stab at this audiobook thing." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I sent her a couple of paragraphs for PJ to read. And when he sent those files over, it was Dean. I had so many people audition to play Dean. I had actual bikers begging for the role. Like, please, I'm a biker. Let me do it. When I heard PJ's voice, it was the voice in my head when I was writing Dean. Like, it was just meant to be. So I was just like, you guys got it. It's you guys. So here's the manuscript. Get on it.
I love coming across your videos when you have the narration on there. And I've been hearing the New York accent and I've been loving it, but I was like, don't say anything about it. Like just don't comment. Just enjoy
I've
it
been
while
down
she's
in North
talking.
Carolina for 15 years now and I can't kick it. It's stuck.
No, I have been enjoying it. Like it's been great. Like you'll just something you'll say something and I'm just like, that is so awesome. I'm jealous.
I appreciate that.
Well,
But
you're
yeah,
so
Paige
amazing.
Reisenfeld, PJ Freeborn. You could find them at pageandpj.com, and they have like pages. They've got so many. So she's done so many audiobooks now. She was reluctant to come onto TikTok, but I dragged her here kicking and screaming, and she's done phenomenal since. So you're welcome.
That's fantastic. It just takes those little tiny nudges and just
Yeah, and they're
pushing
good
to get it
people
done.
too.
I mean,
So
honestly, I don't think that you would be affiliated with anybody who was less than
I try not to
awesome.
be, but some people pretend to be things they're not and they trick you. So I have been fooled before. I'm way more careful now.
Yeah, and sometimes
But
you have
yeah.
to do that. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on, Jen. And if there's anything you would like to add, I'm here for it.
Uh I don't know. I'm just working on Viking, about 7K words in. I'm gonna try to do his a little shorter. Aim for maybe 125K instead of the 250 that was Legion. Um, yeah, working on it.
I
It's
love
coming.
Vikings so much.
He's a character for sure.
I love Viking. He's
Yeah, he's one of the fan faves.
I need that yesterday. I'm going to read it. I promise. I don't want to like him. I'm just stuck in my ways. I don't even want to have an ounce of remorse or sadness for him after what happened to Dean. It just
Right.
he hurt Dean.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah, he
no.
did.
Nope.
He had his
Don't know.
reason. Everything they do, they all have reasons, but yeah.
I don't care. He can't dismiss what he did. Like we're talking about like it's actually happened. I feel so I don't know. I need to protect him. That's
Aw,
ridiculous, but it's fine. Well, thank you, Jen, and
thank
everybody
you.
needs to go download Savior, read it, listen to it, go show support. I promise she's super friendly, and enjoy the shit out of it.
Aw, thank you. It was awesome
Thank
talking.
you. You too.